Hi friends of Rice's, I'm Brad with Rice's More Than Floors, and today I'm going to go over some options you have to actually build a substrate up with underlayment to get that to potentially meet up with the bottom of door jambs in a remodel project, or possibly the base is actually going to be lower now when you lower it to your click floor or your floating floor. And now you'll have a paint line. So you're like, well, I don't want to repaint or I don't want to lower door jambs. This is a way that you can not only potentially add comfort, but you can also eliminate those issues. Maybe even it'll help flatten the floor out. So again, first off, remember this is for floating floor systems. What is that? A click type floor. Also is glue together hardwood that is a free floater. So it's a floating system. The first option that you have at your disposal is this 1 millimeter IXPE underlayment. IXPE, it's on the back of most luxury vinyl planks, luxury vinyl tiles. Some also have cork in the back, but this you'll see quite often. This is just 1 millimeter thick or close to 1/32 or around 1/32 of an inch. So it's a waterproof product in a closed cell. Well, that may work if you just need a little height and you want some comfort and sound deadening. So it adds a couple things to it. So this one could be even just because you wanted more comfort and more sound deadening. Word of caution is that not all manufacturers allow this to go underneath. However, then usually this manufacturer will back up the warranty. Second word of caution is this is not laminate pad, or it can go under laminate where a laminate pad cannot go under a luxury vinyl plank. So this can go under most floating floors. However, actual laminate pad, which we're not talking about today, cannot go underneath vinyl plank. So just be aware of that. Second option for just a roll type material is cork. So renewable product here. They don't cut down the cork tree to harvest this. 3 millimeter. This one's a 3 millimeter or close to an 1/8 inch if you need to bring that floor up. For those that are attention to detail, right, we don't want those gaps underneath our door jambs, or very minimal if we can avoid it. So that's another great thing, adds some comfort to a floor. There's a green piece to it. 6 millimeter is the other option it comes in. So this is a 6 millimeter version of the cork, and this 6 millimeter is close to a 1/4 inch. So that's another option. Again, word of caution, not all manufacturers, some might say, hey, you can use 3 millimeter, not the 6. Some cases, the cork manufacturer may do the warranty legwork. So again, you got to do some due diligence on your part. If you decide you're going to do wood underlayment, notice I said the word underlayment. We have to make sure that if you're using 4x4 sheets or 4x8 sheets, that you're using actual underlayment. So this one, I'd go, at very least, I'd go with SurePly. So SurePly underlayment, I would avoid the iron ply underlayment. It's a step down from this. It's still underlayment, but I would avoid that and get up into SurePly. Then from there, there's other options that can get upwards. This is just a 1/2 inch version here. So this is a 1/2 inch actual underlayment. What I mean by that is that you might say, well, I can get some 1/2 inch OSB or 7/16 OSB and build up the floor. Yeah, you can, and we've done it, but it's not really underlayment. So I would, we've done it to help customers save some money, but stick with underlayment whenever possible. Stick with that. Then you know too, when this floating or click type floor is removed, now you know you've got underneath the floor. Another option is self-levelers. So this can be an actual underlayment. So now here's an interesting component with the self-leveler. Not only would it actually create an underlayment at the thickness of your desire, and you got to do some research, make sure that this can be poured to the right depth. It has to be suitable for your substrate. So some of these aren't suitable for on concrete substrates. Some are suitable in porous. There's a lot of variables, and there's primers. A lot of research needs to be done before you start doing self-leveling, underlayment, or the way I like to call it is self-flattening material. That's a great way to fix a floor, because the number one issue we see with floating floors is that people are installing them over unflat substrates. So we need a substrate that's flat, not level. We just need it flat. Typically it's 3/16 in a 10-foot run is what we're looking for. Some have tighter tolerances. Here's a cool 1+ option. So you could say, well, I'm going to use 1/4 inch underlayment, and then I'm going to install it on each side of the hump I have. So I have this big ridge in the floor, and I'm going to install it on each side wherever these ridges are, and then I'm going to take some self-leveling, self-flattening material and pour in between. Now I've gotten rid of that, most of that hump to get it within tolerances, or maybe all of it, and that's a great combination. So that gives you a quick overview of the options you have for floating floors, whether it's a click or a glued together hardwood, and how to bring the floor up for various reasons. Maybe it's the paint line of the base, the door jamb gap that may have occurred when you pulled the carpet out. Now you're like, oh no. Or you're just getting it up a little bit closer to flush with the other existing floor. Yeah, it could be another variable. So consider these options in the cork world, into the actual wooden underlayment world, and just remember that when it comes to the underlayment, it's going to be actually underlayment grade is preferred. Yes, you can save some money by not doing it. And when you go into these products that are roll form, they do add comfort. You know, they add comfort and sound deadening, so you might pair it with that instead. So there's some different nuances to these products. There are other panels that are 2 foot by 2 foot recycled content that we didn't go over. Well, just a quick overview of what we see out there and some of the things that we offer to bring these floors up for the various reasons that we need to. All right, folks, that's all I have for today. And like always, stay present.